the word is try, as Pee Wee says. Word of the day is try. All right, man. So we're gonna open up this cargo van. We're gonna see what we got inside. We just got back to the shop from our little collection. Oh wait, we need to unlock it, right?
Really?
Unlock it. Unlock the mysteries. Da 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 da.
You okay
I'm doing the hippy dippy.
Don't do that anymore.
Oh, are you recording me?
It's concerning.
Yes, it is very concerning. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Behind the Buttons. I'm sorry for not keeping up with the videos each and every week, but hey, we've been kind of busy. We got a lot of stuff going on with conventions and shows and travel and just all mumbo jumbo. So this week, we're going to take you behind the buttons. We actually picked up a really awesome Mcfarlane collection. I know not everybody collects sports picks. It's something that's actually dear to my heart because that was one of the modern things that I used to actually collect. Along with wrestling and Ninja Turtles, as I became a teenager and a young adult, I actually used to go out to Walmart's and Toys R Us's myself, along with a buddy of mine named Sean. We used to actually go and pick up all the chases and the variants on the sports picks, specifically NFL and baseball. So when customer reached out to us about this collection of hers, I didn't hesitate. So I kind of like went out, checked it out. It's a lot of awesome Mcfarlane figures. Again, it's not for everybody. We also got in some really cool Ninja Turtle stuff this week, and let's take a look. All right, guys, so we're here. We're actually in Palm Beach County. We actually picked up a collection. We're actually here now loading it up. Most of the collection is mostly sports figures, a lot of Mcfarlane's. There's a few starting lineups in there and a few Star Wars, Power of the Force 90s stuff, a few later 90s. But majority of the collection is Mcfarlane. We are going to finish loading it up here, and we're going to take a look at some of the stuff that we got. So stay tuned. All right, so here we are. This is most of the stuff that's here. Good thing it's paid for already. But as you can see, there is basically 2 pallets worth of merchandise here. There is some other stuff in the background, as you can see. We did not get that stuff as of yet. That is a whole nother conversation. But just to kind of show you what's in here, a lot of this stuff is just older Mcfarlane's. It's kind of mixed with some sports figures. This particular case is, oh, there you go, Eli Manning. It's a nice one. Taking it out is easy. Getting it back in is the hard part. So there's some sports. There's some NFLs here. Here's another NFL Wave 1. Animated action figures. I don't know what that is. It says Spider-Man, but I know it's not Spider-Man on the inside. Just kind of take a look. Which one is this one? These are some of the later Mcfarlane's that switched over to the card backs. Let's see, what is this one? Dustin Pedroia. Never was a Red Sox fan, and based on most of the collection that's here, I don't think they are either. So, but there is a lot of starting lineups in here. There's a really awesome Lord of the Rings diorama down there that we're not taking. There's another Lord of the Rings statue over there. That's not coming with us. But there's a lot of awesome stuff. Alex over there working hard as usual. Anyway, but here we'll show you off some Lucy's on the inside, some Force Unleashed stuff. Pretty cool stuff. And just to kind of, we loaded most of it up already in the van. So as you can see, we're working hard and I'm hardly working. Or Alex is working hard and I'm hardly working. So the van is almost full and we still got roughly about another pallet's worth of stuff left. So Alex, what do you think, buddy?
Yay.
Are you excited?
Oh, yeah.
How excited are you?
I love being hot.
Love being hot? Yes. All right, buddy. All right, so we're going to finish up here. We're going to wrap up, finish up this deal and head back to the store. So we'll see you there. Hey man, so we are back on the road, going nowhere. So we just left Palm Beach County. The collection that we picked up, the customer asked us not to disclose of her information, so we will just call her Jan. We're gonna call her Jan. So we bought this Mcfarlane collection from Jan. It's already loaded up, as you guys can see in the background. Van's pretty full with it. It is a very large collection. She has a lot of statues. So the statues is something that we are already in talks with. She's just trying to make up space in her garage for this stuff. So we've already priced up most of the statues. Now the thing is about those statues is most of the statues are older. They're probably pieces that came out, I would say,
At least 10 years.
at least 10 years ago. It's a lot of old sideshow statues. It's a lot of old Gentle Giants. And anybody that's in the statue community knows Gentle Giants aren't exactly that desirable. So it's one of those things where, and like I explained to her, and I explained to a lot of people that are trying to sell us statues, statues are not hot toys. They are not action figures. It is something that is not perfect from the get-go. So they are very hard to move. They do get pricey, but the thing is, if something sells for $1,000, usually it kind of sits there for quite a while before it sells. And most people that have been to comic book shops, been to toy stores, most places, especially comic book shops, you'll see that there's a lot of statues along their top rafters. It's because the stuff it just doesn't sell. Like it's great when you make that sale, but it just kind of sits there. So those are pieces that, yes, they're awesome, they're very expensive, but there's also a very low demand for it because most people that buy statues are people that just need a centerpiece for their collection, whatever it may be, whether it's Star Wars, He-Man, Ninja Turtles, so on and so forth. But she does have some really awesome pieces in there. So we are going to be reaching back to her, or we already spoke, so we're going to actually be heading back up there in a couple of weeks to finish pricing out the rest of that stuff. But we're actually going to head back to the store. We're actually going to take a look at the Mcfarlanes. All these Mcfarlanes are actually going to be going up on eBay. We definitely do not have room for all this in the store, so this is something that we will definitely have on our eBay shop. We will be starting all these Mcfarlanes off more than likely at $9.99 starting bid. Mcfarlanes usually cost probably, just because of the size of them, and it's just a very odd shape. It's not the weight, it's the dimensions of the box. So these are probably like an $7 to $9 shipping rate on these. So we're probably going to slap like $8.95 shipping on it, along with the $9.99 starting bid. Usually with things like that, whatever does not sell the first week, and anybody that actually follows our eBay page when we do collections like that, what ends up happening is we start everything off at $9.99. Once we sell through the first batch, anything that did not sell, anything that went unsold, we usually will relist, and we'll relist it at half price. So once everything goes through, all the unsold merchandise will then get relisted at $4.99. After the $4.99 is over and done with, depending on what we have going on, how much we have, we may put some of it in the store, or we may start lotting it out and putting it in lots on eBay. Because by that time, most of the stuff that's left is just like any other store, is usually the stuff that nobody wants, clearance items, things that are just peg warmers, so to speak. So Allison has a lot of work ahead of her, because Allison, in case you guys don't know, is my online expertise. She is the experts here at Bitz Buttons. Not really an expert, but you know, she does her duty. She handles a lot of the eBay listings and things like that. So me and Alex are gonna get back to the store. We're gonna start getting that stuff ready. We're actually gonna start listing a lot of this stuff for her, because it is actually 395 Mcfarlanes. There's roughly about 140 starting lineups. And then there is actually some Star Wars stuff in there. There's some Powers of the Force, there's some Attack of the Clones stuff in here, Force Unleashed. So the Star Wars stuff we will be putting in the store on the shelf. So that stuff we will be putting up in our section. So stay tuned for that. So if you guys came by the store this week, after this video dropped, you may have saw some of this stuff. If not, come running to the store and check out the new Star Wars stuff that came in with this collection. So Alex, what do you think, man? All this talking, I do a lot of talking, bro. You don't do any talking, man. What's up with that, bro?
Just like the quiet type, the observer.
You're the observer, bro?
Yes.
Why do you observe so much, bro?
I don't know, I just like watching what's going on around me.
Do you, bro?
Yes.
Do you? So do you like try to learn?
Yeah, I observe.
You observe? What do you observe? What is it that you're observing in the observation, bro?
Everything.
Like, what type of observations do you partake in?
I like to let you talk.
Oh, is that what it is?
I learned.
Oh, okay.
You get it out for the both of us.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful.
I'm just the behind the scenes, right?
No, well, I mean,
Yeah, I'm just here.
You're just here in the video?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like the background.
Well, I need you to, we already got this collection lined up.
Like as they're filming the main character, I'm off in the.
So I'm like Goofy and you're Max.
Yes.
Basically. Yeah. Well, no, you're more like Pete.
Yeah, sure. Like I'm a main character, but I'm off to the side. You know?
Oh, I gotcha.
Like I just step in every here and there.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Nice. So now that we got this collection, we actually are. Alex is actually is in charge now of finding collections, because one of the most important things about having a business, especially in the business that we're in, is constantly have merchandise coming in. I know a lot of my locals get upset sometimes, like, oh, you don't put this stuff in the store. There's not enough room in the store. So, I mean, I tell my locals, you're more than welcome to bid on these items on eBay. If you win it, just DM us. We'll send you the invoice with the free shipping, not the free shipping, but the local pickup. Then you can go from there. But, you know, it's if we had the room for it, I would. But unfortunately, 500 or was it 600 action figures, all sports, definitely is not going to fit in the store. So I know we sell them quite often when they come in, but it's not something that we are known for. So other than that, guys, I'm going to hit the road, get back to the store, start going through this. So I'll see you there.
That is true. The word is try. As Pee Wee says. Word of the day is try. All right, man. So we're gonna open up this cargo van. We're gonna see what we got inside. We just got back to the shop from our little collection. Oh wait, we need to unlock it, right?
Really?
Unlock it. Unlock. Unlock the mysteries. Da, 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 da. So we are here, guys. We're gonna start going through some of this stuff. Really awesome collection. Not everybody's into it, but it's okay. There's money to be made, so we're gonna go and try to make it. So we are going to start unloading. So we will see you on the other side.
I love John Cena.
You're supposed to do the move, man.
What is it?
Just some random move. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, there you go. Girls. We're gonna go see what the girls are doing. Oh wait, we only have one girl today. Let's see. What are we doing? Alley Cat! What's going on, Alley Cat?
Going through the eBay racks.
Going through the eBay racks. So, like I said, guys, we got a lot of stuff that goes on here at the store every week. It's a nice little 4-man show, or 2-man, 2 women, 2 and 2, and then you have Archie. Archie's the +1 for everybody. But so we just got the Legos in this week. Another small Lego batch came in. We've been putting a lot of our Legos on eBay, which have been doing phenomenal. So all these are actually on eBay. They actually started November 1st. I don't know when this video is dropping, but November 1st these drop. So actually when this video drops, these will still be on eBay. So those are currently on eBay. And then we actually have the Mcfarlanes, which we started putting some Mcfarlanes on eBay earlier this weekend. So those are online, and we're still making room for some more Mcfarlanes up. So while Allie is going through all this, she's just kind of going through the order racks right now for basically unpaid orders, items that did not sell. She's kind of just organizing that, pulling that stuff off, getting ready to reprice it or relist it at a cheaper price depending on the situation. So that is what goes on Mondays and Tuesdays. And then here's another awesome Lego set. We actually have 2 of these in. So there you guys can see it. One of the Batman tumblers. We had 2 of those come in this weekend. So one of those is on eBay. That one will go into the store for now. Other than that, let's go take a look at what else we got going on here. So all our orders have been packed. So everything was packed. Post office picked up. UPS picked up. Allie's over here. Look, Allie's just all over the place today. Look at her. She's just like all over the place. So one of the things we did this week at the store with the holidays coming up, for anybody that's familiar with the store knows that we had a showcase right here, which was all our signed Funko Pops. I personally didn't like it just because of the way it was set up. It just made it very complicated to see. So we actually set up the front case is back with Funko Pops, but it's all signed Funko Pops. So as you guys can see, we have a lot of autograph pops in the front case. This is something that we've been working on for quite a while. We do have more signed pops coming in, but just to kind of show you some of the pops we have a Roger Bumpus right there. SpongeBob. We have 2 Ahsoka Tanos. We have an Ashley Eckstein and we have a Rosario Dawson. Ray Park, Run DMC, Steve Burns, Gina Carano, Vegeta, Pokemon, all types of goodies. These are great items for the holidays, a birthday, an anniversary, whatever it is. You don't have to be a Funko collector to get that stuff, but it's really, really cool. And again, guys, all these are signed, JSA'd, authenticated. You know, we're just working. So we got a turtle collection today. Wish I would have recorded it because it was actually some really good content for the channel. Because the guy brought the stuff in, he really didn't know much about turtles. So I kind of filled him in on, you know, what he was bringing in. And he had some other stuff too, some Transformers, which we have one of them sitting right here. It's missing the wing, but...
Thundercracker.
Thundercracker, there you go. But really awesome stuff. So we're just kind of piecing everything together. We're actually putting this lot. This lot is actually going on eBay. I'm just kind of putting everything together so we can box it up, get it pre-packed, ready to go. It makes it easier for us. So this will be up on our eBay page this week. We're actually, one of these bad boys just came in. Anybody knows what that is? This is one of the more sought after pieces. Really awesome to have that in the store. The value on Krang has gone up so much through the years. It's bananas. I remember when I used to sell those for like 60 bucks complete. Those days are long gone now. He also had a vintage party wagon. The party wagon was not complete, but I have the parts to complete it, so I will definitely take care of that. And then here, come on over. Let's take a look. He actually had some He-Man stuff in there. It's just random He-Man stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing that's expensive. It was all parts, so there's really nothing in there that's gonna scream wowie, wowie, wowie. So that's here. And then here, let's take a look. We actually had some more vehicles come in. Yeah, there I am, right here. Doing that.
Does I have to walk
Yeah.
to film them because I'm so short?
So he actually did bring in some other really cool vehicles that I put in the case already. I actually probably should have cleaned these off, but hey, what is a vintage toy without some vintage dust, right? So we had the Turtle Submarine. This actually came in complete, which is really shocking. Most of the stuff that comes into the store usually is not complete. The only downside to this is, for those of you guys that don't collect turtles, here, I'll show it to you real quick. One of the things I look for whenever I get this sewer sub, 2 things. It gets 2 propellers, so, or whatever you call these things. It's supposed to have 2 of these. Most of the time you'll see it usually has 1. People don't realize it gets 2. So make sure that's there. And then one of the other most important aspects of this, which again, most people did not realize, even to this day, if you look at a lot of turtle people, a lot of guys that collect turtles, or whether they're novice collectors or, you know, veterans in the turtle game, a lot of them don't realize that this was actually used in the bathtub. So like with anything else that goes underwater, it is supposed to be a seal. So let me get that out of here. I always check for this. As you can see, the seal is partially there. It's a little green rubber ring. The green rubber ring, usually if you can find one that's still good, intact, usually like 15 to 20 bucks. Most of these are dry rotted and are missing. Is it important? Nah, not necessarily, but it's one of those pieces that most people don't realize that are part of the vehicle. And obviously because it keeps the water from going into the vehicle. Not saying that, you know, grown men go into the bathtub and, you know, play with their turtle subs, but, you know, it's one of those things that's kind of important to the vehicle that I check for when these come in. Another really cool one that he had, which is another one that's usually broken. Now, everything was in those storage bins. Not everything was complete, so I had to take time out and piece all these things together. And for the people that think that, oh yeah, I'm going to bring you my turtle stuff. Listen, time is money. Money is time. So unfortunately, having to do this, yeah, it's easy for me because I'm a turtle guy. But again, it's my time that I have to take to do all this stuff. So all the weapons and pieces were in there. Some of these things I did have like an extra piece here and there floating around in the store. But the Samurai Scooter is another sought after one. And usually it's sought after because a lot of times it's broken. A lot of times you'll see these pieces right here where the stickers are coming off. These 2 things here are usually broken off because it's a very cheap plastic. And most kids, as you can see, it just snaps right there. Or the handlebars break. Another thing that breaks off are the shackles of the lanterns. Those break off. And then these peg stop, these little kickstands right here. Sometimes the pegs on those things are broken. But this is a really cool piece. It's not super sought after, but it's a piece that most people like to buy complete or in the box because it's really hard to complete if you go out and get the pieces individually. So he had one of those, which is really, really cool. It's not really desirable. It's not something that's super expensive. We have it priced at 60 bucks. That's a pretty fair price for it. What's another piece that he brought in? Oh, he had a Technodrome. For anybody that knows me and has known me for years, before I had the store, I was obviously a big turtle guy. And it's crazy to think, for the guys that are in my Cool Kids Club, shout out to you guys. I used to post pictures of my collection years ago before I had the store. And I think at one point I had around 15 to 20 Technodromes. At the same time, the news van, the notorious news van that everybody's going after right now, I probably had about a dozen of those complete. So those are things I kind of army built years ago. It's kind of crazy to think that the news vans now are like almost like $1,000 each, and here I am having over a dozen of them. So I had $12,000 worth of news vans. It's just crazy, but it's just one of those things that army built years ago. Not so much now. I don't have 12 anymore. I've obviously sold some of them through the years, but the Technodrome, ironically, he did have it. It does need to be wiped down a little bit. Most of the time when you see these things, they are not complete. Again, crazy that this was actually complete when he brought it in. Most people love this piece. A lot of people, we carry these most of the time in the store. We always have one of these usually available. But because of the price tag on it, it's one of those pieces that it doesn't sell right away because it is a pretty expensive piece. If you can probably find one of those on a really good deal. If you're searching the internet, if you have the parts, you can find one moderately complete probably for like 200 bucks. Usually complete, you're looking at anywhere between 250 to 350 depending on the market at the time. But usually we sell them in the store for like 300 bucks complete. It's not super expensive, but it's not super cheap. But even at that price, it still takes a little while to sell. I think on eBay, I haven't really checked lately. I know on eBay they've probably go for about, I would say, shipped probably 300 to 400 shipped. And again, when I say shipped, I mean the actual price that you pay plus the shipping included, combined. So I think that was all that I put in here that came in from that collection. There was some other stuff that came in throughout the weeks. For the turtle stuff, I'll just show you one of the cool pieces that came in from one of my locals. If you guys aren't familiar with our Instagram, we do what's called a customer spotlight. It's just kind of a way for us to get back to the community and thank those customers that are constantly supporting us week after week. And one of those customers was a guy named Josue. Not Jose, Josue. So he actually brought us in some really cool turtle growls. This is Arctic Don. He brought this in about 3 or 4 weeks ago. This is one of those pieces that good luck finding it. This is just one of those toy lines from Playmates back in the day. It was the Adventure series. You actually had only a couple of figures from that wave. And you had Donatello here. And you actually had Safari Michelangelo. So you got Crocodile Dundee and you got the snowmobile guy over here. These usually range, this one usually you can get carded anywhere between 400 to 600 bucks depending on the card. It's not a desirable figure, but it is a harder to find figure. And then the Safari Mike, usually same price roughly, anywhere between 400 to 600 carded. Sometimes you can get them cheaper, usually about 200 to 300 bucks. And usually if you get it at a price, it's because the person putting it up doesn't know what they have. But those are pretty desirable. They're pretty expensive. Most heavy turtle people don't like collecting these just because it's very obscure and it's just very odd. It's a very odd line. But they do sell. They're pretty expensive. He also brought us in most people are familiar with the Samurai line. And when I say Samurai line, I mean this line right here. This is the cheaper version. You had 3 different Samurai lines in TMNT back in the day. You had the original, which, let's see if I can find one. Here goes one here. Most people, when they think of Samurai Turtles, right away they think about the Samurai Leo. This was the first release. This actually came out before the movie did. Movie 3, Samurai, TMNT, the 3rd TMNT movie, which was the Samurai version. And then, so right after that one came out, when the movie was produced, that's when they made these. And these are the Samurai Turtles. They came in all 4 turtles. So these are usually anywhere between probably 20 to 30 bucks. Carded, they're probably like anywhere between 35 to 50 bucks, depending on the condition, you know, yada, 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 all that good stuff. So now, not only did you have these Samurai Turtles, but then later in the life expectancy, or whatever you want to call it, I'm tired, don't mind me, guys. They decided to come out with what was called the Shogun series. And in the Shogun series, you had, what are these things right here? These are actually two variations. These are actually price strong, so I'm going to have to adjust the prices on these. But these are what's called the Shogun Samurais. Carded, these things run anywhere between 125 to about 250 bucks, depending on the character, and as you can see, depending on the metal. So there is a gold variant and there is a platinum silver variant. Each turtle comes with a different color armor. Not different color armor, but you have two choices. You have gold and you have silver. So obviously gold is one price, silver is another price. I have to verify, but I'm almost positive it's the gold that's more money. Silver, I think, is the more common. I think it's probably like a $30, $40 difference, give or take, on the loose. But other than that, that's the pretty cool turtle stuff that came in today and obviously over the past couple of weeks. We also actually got in, if you guys keep up with our shorts, you keep up with our Instagram and our social media, we did get into Ronin, the last Ronin Ultimate figures. This is the armored version, not the unarmored version. We had roughly about 5 cases of these come in. I try to stay away from ordering heavy modern stuff. It's just, the margins aren't great, and if you follow us on social media, you'll see where we had a bunch of people pre-order the Hunchbacks, and a lot of people canceled them. Why? Because Target got them in months ago, and unfortunately we were late to the ball game with NECA getting our shipments to us on time. But the Ronin figures, this is actually my last Ronin figure. So if for those of you that are watching this and going, oh my god, I'm gonna go call them right now and order it, this will probably be gone by the time you see this. Maybe not, you never know. So we had that come in this week. As you can see, we had in all the movie monsters, or the Universal monsters, I'm sorry, turtles. Really cool. I'm usually not the type of toy collector that I used to be, because I'm more of a business person now. But I usually tend to not take things out of the package. I was always an in-package collector, unless it was a Grail. Grails I collected loose just because it was cheaper. But when it came to like stuff like this, I was always an in-package person. So what I had a customer bring us last week, which we had on eBay, was it last week?
Yeah, they ended
it was last week. Last week we had a bunch of loose NECA turtle stuff come in, and part of the loose NECA stuff was the new mummy stuff, the new monster stuff. And I was actually quite impressed with the quality of these things, man. And I'm not one to brag about quality and detail in figures, but I am, as a turtle fan, I am extremely impressed with the quality of these figures. I really am. Actually, out of the 3 that I have here, I would definitely say the Mummy Mikey is definitely really awesome. I really enjoy this second head sculpt, which is pretty cool. It gives it that mummified look, which is really, really awesome. And then I would have to say the Hunchback. The Hunchback is definitely one that I thought was pretty dope as well. The only downside to these figures, I think, that NECA could probably look at, obviously it's not going to make a difference now, is the scaling of the figures. I don't think when you look at Universal Monsters, I almost positive the Hunchback of Notre Dame, I believe he was a shorter individual. So it's kind of odd that you have the Hunchback, which is actually bigger than Frankenrath, which obviously Frankenstein is a larger than life person in general. So why is it that the Hunchback is bigger than him? It's kind of odd, just kind of very unusual. That's my take on it. I mean, maybe it was meant to all be in the same scale. No, that was just a loose, that's an old Toy Biz. So it's kind of weird that they made Leo larger. He should have been a smaller character, just based on the scale of the monsters themselves. Again, who am I? I'm not the engineer or the designer that created them. I just thought it was kind of odd because Mummy is obviously smaller than both of them. April's obviously smaller than both of them as well. And just for a tidbit for those of you guys that are novice turtle collectors, the original Universal Monsters did not have a Hunchback figure, which is kind of cool. The Mummy actually used to be Raphael, so if you go back and look at the original vintage Universal Monsters, Raph was actually the Mummy, and it actually came in 2 versions. It came with a painted chest and an unpainted chest. April was actually a original release as well back in 92, 93. There was a Bride of Frankenstein then. The Frankenstein, was also a Michelangelo. Was not Raph. It was actually Frankenstein Michelangelo back then. But the Hunchback figure is a new concept for the turtle community. Casey Jones as Phantom of the Opera, I think it is. That is also a new concept. I saw that in person. That figure looks pretty cool as well. The scaling on that looks a little off because Casey Jones, I think, is supposed to be bigger than the turtles. So why is he smaller? Kind of weird. The Splinter as Van Helsing, I thought was really cool, really awesome concept. They never made a Universal monster for Splinter. And then the Invisible Donatello is actually supposed to be Invisible Wrath, I think. No, Invisible Mikey. Invisible Mikey was the original release. So they kind of switched it up a little bit. I don't know what the logic was behind it. Again, I don't care. It's just kind of weird. I wonder what the thought was when they did that, why they did it. Maybe they looked at characteristics. Maybe they looked at the personality. I don't know. Kind of weird. Anyway, so that's what we got for the turtle stuff this week, guys. So while Allie decides to start recording me out of the blue, catch me on my cool, calm, and collective days instead of my rambunctious mode. Now, some people say that he's got no swag. I got swag, man. I got a little swag. Look at that thing. It's swaggy all over the place. But I appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys for listening to me. Appreciate Allie for recording and giving me a little rundown. Oh yeah, don't forget. Hold on, back up, man, back up. I know it's probably already on this video, but I'm going to show you guys. Don't forget, for the locals, we actually have been putting out some of the Mcfarlane figures. So for those of you guys that saw the post and are watching the video wondering, where's the Mcfarlanes? Where are you posting them? Most of the stuff is going on eBay, as we probably already told you in the video. But we are putting some of the stuff in the store because obviously, you know, there's people that do collect this stuff locally, so we want to give them an opportunity to buy this stuff in the store as well. A lot of the stuff that we are putting out are the doubles. Now, most of the stuff, as I stated before, you can catch on our eBay page. They started listing on, I think, on Sunday, so they will end this week. We will be putting a lot of those Mcfarlanes on throughout the course of the week. There is just so many of them, we can't get them all on at once. So stay tuned for that, guys. Other than that, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. So we'll see you on the other side. What's up, guys? So that's a wrap for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed all the awesome Mcfarlane figures. Allie has a lot of work in store for her, so make sure you guys check out that eBay page for all those awesome deals. But thank you guys for stopping by. If you like what you saw, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Wish you can give it 2, but you can only give it 1. So be sure to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to hit that like, and for all the Bits and Buttons content, be sure to subscribe to all our social media outlets, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we help you create memories, one toy at a time.